Bill Cosby Plays, and we're doing a late night live stream because when we're ringing in my birthday, I'll be 24 in the next 19 minutes,
Like an
and
old hag.
he just turned 24 on the first, so fuck him.
No,
And
I'm a wise man though.
mm, let's make you whatever you sleep at night.
What's going on? What's going on?
Uh, And yeah, so we have a list of topics to talk about. So we're starting off with gaming community.
Mm-hmm.
So you picked these topics. Well, three of the four. So go ahead.
Sure, the game community. The interesting thing about the game community is that the fact the matter is, well, it was much more friendly back in the day. I guess you can almost say before YouTube existed, it was a more friendly, more giving thing. Nowadays, though, it seems a little bit more competitive. I guess you could say, not because of YouTube, not blaming them, but I guess society can. So since technology in general, society actually gets a chance to really communicate with one another. And with that being said, you're not just playing video games amongst your peers, amongst your friends that you met, in the schoolyard and stuff. You're playing against people all around the world who have different personalities, different things, this and that. So, kind of back in the day, I guess when you met someone, let's say they were from a different school or maybe a different state entirely, you just kind of met them early Windows 98 or some shit. And you guys like played a game. Like, what is the most recent? I guess like you guys played, let's say GameCube. I can't think of a single game back in the day that had multiplayer online compatibility, but some dude who was not too far away from you that you didn't know from school, some shit like that. It was a lot more friendly, While it was competitive, it wasn't as competitive as how do I say? Well, it wasn't as competitive as it is today. Like, for most of these game industries, it's do or die.
Okay.
So
you two in the game community as far as YouTube goes, right?
I did not narrow it down at all.
Well, I could say as far as YouTube goes, I think what's going on is because of all these gaming networks that are appearing now, gaming is now not looked at as a fun hobby that you can make a few dollars from. It's now looked at as a form of income, and people are relying on on video games to get them through. Playing them on YouTube. That's why people get so upset when there's like a copyrights, new copyright laws being brought to YouTube to bring down gaming videos. And then they'll look at people versus looking at people as in, okay, this person likes the same game I like, so let's do a video together. And they'll look at it as, okay, can I make money off this person? If he's not profitable for me, I'm not going to work with him. They'll look at their subscriber count, their view count. The view count is more important than the subscriber count, to be brutally honest, because you can have 20,000 subscribers, but you can get 300 views per video and you're not relevant. But the game community is so unfriendly because of that. And plus, people are so there's so many fanboys tainting the gaming community that makes it seem like it's so separate when, everybody should respect the fact that we all like games versus, who's superior? Is Xbox superior? Is Microsoft superior? Is Sony superior? To be frank, both of them have their errors and both of them fucked up in some way, shape, or form. I mean, yeah, Xbox One had a horrible, horrible beginning of their promotional trail, but then Sony also, got hacked badly.
About 90% of the time, Xbox One has been, kind of kicking themselves in the nuts.
Yeah, but I'm just saying Sony's past is not too pristine either. So we shouldn't just be bandwagoning and being dicks to each other because you feel like your system is more superior than the other.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic that you didn't mention Nintendo at all.
Okay, Nintendo is very credible and whatnot, but I think they're kind of messing up a little bit with the Wii U. I think that they should focus their monies on something else other than the Wii U. They're just trying to get ahead of the game, and they kind of kicked themselves in the own ass by releasing the Wii U. They should have waited until maybe holiday season. Because I'm not mistaken, Wii U came out in the summer, didn't it?
I have no idea when it came out, but I know it wasn't getting one.
Yeah.
They didn't have any games on it, so.
Exactly, and the release price was a little atrocious to be, just a little handheld, to be honest. It's basically a tablet that you play games on that has a Nintendo label on it. Let's keep it real. That's what it really is.
It has a system to it. The thing is, you got the system in the tablet. Mm-hmm. The thing, I guess the only innovative thing about it is, the tablet. I mean, you don't need a TV to play the game anymore, but that's about the only thing that is really innovative about it, I guess you can say.
But then again, if you wanted to play the game not on the TV, you would have a handheld device. So I guess
you had no choice, by the way. So
yeah, so it's kind of like their newest console is in fact a handheld device.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of sad. That's their answer to Xbox One and PS4, a handheld device. I'm not bashing on Nintendo at all. I'm just saying that it seemed like they could have did something a little better than that. I expected better. That's what I mean to say.
To be fair, I feel like they weren't competing against Xbox One and Sony. I don't know, just because they didn't release it at the same time as they did, but at the same time, the projected sales were horrible.
Yeah.
So,
but
I mean, they're going the Sega Dreamcast route. But no, that was
like the game theorists, they came out with that video,
mm-hmm.
and they said that they're doing exactly what the Virtual Boy did.
Oh.
Which, when you think about it, they're not joking. Now, I do plan on getting a Wii U, but not at the price it is brand new right now, because I feel like that's a little excessive for so little release titles that I will pay for. Like right now, I do want the PS4, but I'm not going to buy it because there's not enough titles that I want.
Yeah, same here. I was going to say I wasn't planning on getting a Wii U until a game that I actually wanted to come out. And even then, I was going to get it from eBay without the gamepad, assuming I didn't need it. Because actually, there are some people selling it without the gamepad, and they sell it at about $150. So I was like, oh, that's a reasonable price. I mean, of course it's unfair to Nintendo, but I'm not falling. So I say, unlike getting it from GameStop or whatever, where it's $300, you have no choice but to get the gamepad. For good reason. Most of the games require the gamepad in some way, shape, or form. But some of them don't. So it just makes more sense to get it at $150 and use your Wiimotes and GameCube controller,
Yeah, true. But back to the gaming community. Do you feel like me and Renegade met last year in June? May, June?
Yes, probably.
Yeah, May, June last year. And to be honest, Renegade and maybe a few other people are really, how should I put it as far as the gaming community goes? Approachable.
Oh, I was going to say nobody's, but okay, that one's much better.
Yeah, approachable. Now, the thing is, people with his subscriber count, like I said before in the previous video, they don't really bother with noobs like myself.
Don't bother with me neither.
And people he's helped out, frown their nose down on him too as well. But it is what it is, And the thing about the gaming community in relationship with YouTube that's also very interesting is it seems like people have to bandwagon, if that makes sense.
Bandwagon is in fanboy or fangirl up with a certain group of people.
Yeah. Like the guys who kind of, you know what I'm saying? They're like, well, if how some people say, if I follow it, I'll be it.
I've never heard anyone say that in my life.
walk the walk and talk the talk.
Yeah, I heard of that one.
That's the best way to put it.
That's since they follow, I was like, no, my family did not believe in that shit.
So I mean, it just seems like it's a little weird that happens, and especially with the Minecraft community. The Minecraft community is
so. Yeah, a lot of the Minecraft community and within the gaming community has broken up into sectors basically, and it's just that's kind of obvious. I mean, you have this cast and this craft did, but basically then you have a lot of renegades, no pun intended, just kind of here and there doing their own things with people that they know or communicate with very well. And sure, that's nice, but as a whole, it shouldn't be any problem to mingle, I guess, with one another.
Yeah, it's like a bad dance. Like, they got the girls on one wall and the boys on the other wall, and they're looking at each other like, I'm not going over there.
Pretty much, but I guess actually a better example would be Popular Kids Nobodies.
Oh, that's perfect. I try to avoid that example actually.
It's basically broken up into a school system, so YouTube is kind of like high school, I guess you can almost call it. Because let's see. Basically, how do I say? Basically, you have a group of people who's willing to talk to you, who's willing to respond to you, who's willing to help you. Then you have a group of people who's willing to quote unquote help you, which isn't really help as much as more of saying, "Oh yeah, well you got to do more of this and that," but you'll never be as great as I am. Just saying, in fact, just watch me, watch what I do. And it's like,
and tell your friends to watch what I do too.
Exactly. It's like, you know what? I know you got some friends who probably want to be in my same shoes. Tell them to watch me too. Which, of course, is like saying, oh, just play this game. I like horror games and stuff like that. But, you should subscribe to me. And, if you got some buddies, ask them to subscribe to me too. Then you got the people who just don't really say, who don't say anything. It's like, hey, how's it going? Oh, yeah, it's like 2,000 subs. Yeah, it's like 100 subs. What the fuck is deletes? It's like, oh shit.
They probably got someone else to delete it for them. I think that they don't consider you slightly relevant until you reach 100K.
Or at least 10K.
So,
yeah, I was gonna say, basically, unfortunately, I understand financially why you wouldn't want to speak to someone new. It's like, okay, let's see. Okay, I have this many subscribers. This person's talking to me. He has great content, but he doesn't have enough subscribers. If I talk to him and I make some videos with him, I can help him get enough subscribers to be sustainable to both me and him. But it will take time out of my channel to do so, and I may possibly lose viewers. So that would cost me money. So I'm better off not even taking the risk at all. It's like, and then there you go. You're pretty much like ignored. Or even people who want to act like they're just a good citizen. Like if you're part of a notorious group or awesome people like myself, I'm part of a cinema, which is sort of be more so notorious for being not that good. And basically you get people who be like, hey man, I would like to do some collabs with people. I'll leave your Skype name and let's hook up. You leave your Skype name and say, hey, introduce yourself. And they add you and stuff. You're happy, you're like, oh man, great, I get the collab. Maybe I'll get somewhere. And just say, hey, how's it going? They say hey back, and that's all they say. They say hey back. And then, a month or two pass, hey, so collaboration, anything like that? Okay. A month later, hey, so how's it going? What's up? No reply back. All right, another 2 months later, hey man, at least you can do is probably block me, so so I can feel like I'm less of an asshole for bugging you about collabing, even though you said you should collab and they add me on Skype. And no reply. You just kind of awkwardly stare at it and just. You want to say something mean, but you know what? You either do it and they block you and wow, you might feel embarrassed the next day, you might feel good the next day, or you just let them sit on your Skype. Maybe one day they'll say something to you. Or the key thing is they don't want to collab with you. They want to wait until you grow even more. When you grow more, they'll say, "Sure, let's collab." Oh man, you got 10K subs, let's collab. It's like you have like 1-2 million subs. Why do you want to collab with me? It's like the key thing is you have 10K subs that they probably don't have. So
that's kind of depressing. The thing is, I guess, out of the gaming community, the Minecraft community, the worst one is, to be honest, the Minecraft community, because there's so many of them. And, and like Renegayde said, it's like high school. It really is. It's like you have the guys who are popular. You have the guys who's supposed to be popular, but the nice guy, but they're really an asshole. Then you have the guys who are who are average, but wants to be popular. So they try to hang around the popular kids, but they kind of get kicked to the side. And then, then you have below average, where they're kind of obscure and whatnot. And then you have the weirdos. I'm part of the weirdo category. Because, let's keep it real here. This is real talk. I'm a black chick. There's not that many black chicks in the Minecraft community on YouTube.
I'm hanging out with a weirdo? Well, higher class than that.
You're technically a weirdo as well.
Wow.
I mean, okay. How many black guy and black chick duos that plays Minecraft on YouTube? Hell, that plays GTA.
She called me fat first, now I'm a weirdo.
Bitch!
Damn, I mean, wow, just whoop my self-esteem.
But you get what I'm saying, though.
Yes.
Like, I was actually, when I first started on YouTube, a YouTuber whose name will be unknown, but he's pretty popular. He told me that I should overdo my ghetto-ness. And you know who I'm talking about, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
He told me to play up being ghetto because I have that tone of voice. I took offense to that. That pissed me off. Like, I'm not one of those, oh no you didn't kind of people. I'm not. I'm honestly not like that. Now, I may cuss and poke fun and do insults to his renegade and whatnot, but I'm not ghetto.
That hurt my soul a little bit.
Yeah, that hurt my soul as well. But that's what people wanted. And, well, not people, but that's what he thought I should do to get subscribers. I'm not going to get subscribers by being something that I'm not, And they told Renegayde to spam GTA. Spamming.
You also want to do a deeper voice.
Yes, and do the deeper voice. So that being just being real, being black is difficult.
Wow.
Being black and being a black chick playing games on YouTube and watches anime. That's a whole nother nutshell by itself. And speaking of anime, we want to talk about Umineko.
I wish I could suffer from influenza.
What?
What? Oh, no, nothing.
So, basically, I've been watching Umineko. I finished the anime. I read the manga. And I've got Renegayde to watch the anime.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm supposed to do a review on it, but instead of doing that, 60 seconds till I'm 24. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Basically, Umineko is one of those animes that stick with you. So, how do you feel about Umineko?
Well, it was interesting. And then it got confusing, and then it just turned to pure fantasy. It's pretty good. I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, anime-wise, it's not too cryptic. I mean, like, it's not like the other one.
Higurashi?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, Higurashi kind of was like, okay, you kind of catch what's going on after the third arc. You're like, okay, so it's time repeating. It's not time repeating, but it's like a different dimension, I guess you can say. Umineko, people were dying brutally, brought back to life, and then there's the meta world where the guy is watching the game. He's trying to prove that witches don't exist, but there's magical shit happening in front of him. There's magical shit happening around him. who the fuck is killing everybody? And if you watch the anime,
I was gonna say basically,
go ahead.
I was gonna compare the two. You can eat to Umineko. It's kind of uncomfortable watching the other one.
Higurashi.
Yes, I can't remember that name for the life of me. Yeah, it's a little uncomfortable watching.
Yeah, I mean, as far as gore goes, so far, Higurashi is not as gory as Umineko. However, in the manga, Higurashi's manga has more nightmare fuel in it. There's more gore in the manga for Umineko, but there's more nightmare fuel in Higurashi. So, I mean, and plus, if you watch anime, you are not know what the fuck's going on. If you're not at least familiar with the plot, you ain't gonna know what the fuck's going on. I read the manga, I'm like, wow, they missed this whole section. This is kind of important to figure out who the hell did it. You know, and then they stopped it in the question arc. If you're familiar with Higurashi or Umineko, you know that there's the question arc and then there's the answer arc. The question, who did it, why did it, how did it? And then the answer arc, it gives you more clues, or it actually gives you the answer. Higurashi gave you the answer. Umineko, you get some big ass clues, but they don't blatantly say it was culprit A or culprit B. But there's one thing me and Renegayde do agree on. We don't like Maria.
No, yeah, I don't like her too much.
We don't like her because that. Now, in the anime, there's a particular scene where she's like doing that noise. I'm not going to say that noise, but that noise. Happy birthday to me.
You.
There's a certain noise that she makes. And her mother asked her very politely, will you please stop making that noise? She stopped crying, looked at her, and does it again. It's in the first episode. And then she got smacked the fuck up. I mean, she's being disobedient a little bit.
I was going to say, well, no, that wouldn't be right. I was going to say, she told her nicely to stop. They started whooping her ass.
No, she told him nicely to stop. Maria looked at her and started screaming it.
Oh, right. Yeah, I remember that. I stopped it too.
My mom would have whooped the shit out of me. She would have beat my ass with a belt or a seat buckle or a shoe and threw me in a corner. And tell me to drop another tear. This is why I'm as crazy as I am today. But yeah, you guys should check out Umineko. Check it out. We're not going to give any spoilers or anything like that. And this is the review I'm going to give for, because Higurashi, I have to edit that video. That video is like an hour and 15 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
So give me some time. Because I'm doing finals right now. I got papers to do. Well, I just got done with my final papers today, actually. So now I just got to do my actual final test for my classes. And then I'm done. I'm out of school for a month. Then I'll go to school throughout the summer.
Huh.
I'm just out for a month for spring break. It doesn't make sense, I know.
You're out for a month for spring break?
Yeah.
A month.
I'm out. Next week's my last full week, and then I'll go back to school till April 7th.
A month.
Damn near a month, yeah.
Why not just not go back?
I don't know. But now let's talk about fan characters and why is Sonic freaking me the fuck out right now. That face.
Well, fan characters and original characters are actually very interesting things they create. Some people create very interesting characters, while others create very
fucked up characters.
I was going to say bad, but okay, yeah.
You look at them and they say, kill me.
Wow. Basically. For the most part, I guess when I decided to say, let's talk about fan characters, just right smack them out of I don't know, out of the blue, I guess, for the most part. It was basically to talk about the difference between a good a good original character against a fan character, and by fan character, it's a character that you. To me, it's basically a character that you can't exactly translate into its own original being. So a good fan character would be like Sora's character, because I didn't want to say my character because that would be very vain. But essentially, her character can translate quite easily, as her character has no personality beyond her. I want to say voice actor, which would be Sora. So Sora's character's voice actor is Sora. Ironic.
Yeah.
But basically, she doesn't have any back history or anything like that, so she's not connected to anything, making her an original character. Well, she's connected to the Minecraft world, but the Minecraft world does not have a storyline. It doesn't have a group of characters. The only character that's known in Minecraft that have a brain would be Steve, and we can't actually confirm he has a brain either. We can only confirm that he killed a dragon, and that was pretty much it. We don't know why he killed the dragon. We don't know why he built himself a house. We don't know why creepers exist, zombies, etc.
We don't even know how he got on an island by himself in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. So, as far as we know, he's basically just he could be an android. He can be a virtual boy, basically reliving a little boy. A little boy's in a coma, and this is what his comatose status is bringing up for him. So he's imagining all this stuff, and after he beats the dragon and the credits happen, he wakes up. We don't know what the hell it is because there's no story. It's a sandbox game. So for my character, Sora's character, Sky's character, any Minecraft character can be a really good original character because they don't have any connections to Steve unless someone makes Steve Beth and say, "Oh, this is Steve's sister." That's a bad. That's not a bad OC. It's just not a good OC.
It's not a good one.
Yeah, it's basically a fan character, because it's like, oh man, I like Steve so much, so I have Stevette or Janet, or let's say some creative Betty. That's Steve's sister. It's like, oh,
Stefan, Steve's brother.
Or Steve's brother, whatever. What in the world are you what kind of story can you create with being Steve's brother or sister? The problem is, Steve has no story. So you can make anything up, and anybody can disagree with you and say, no, this is the story of Steve. Someone else is like, no, this is the story. And things get a little confusing. I guess an even better example would be saying, like, Tonic the Hedgehog, which is like, okay, who's Tonic? Oh, he's Sonic's brother. No. I guess, to me, a bad fan character or original character is someone who's related to a main character. Like, if there's any relationship to them, like, oh, my character dates Sonic. That's kind of a fan character. It's not really an original character. They don't, like, I guess it is an original character, actually, to be honest, because they could have their own original background. But the problem would be translating them into a comic that intertwines with Sonic without them just being, oh, Sonic rescued me, and there you go. Yeah, you rescued me back in Station Square. That's about it. Because to make an original character, you shouldn't directly affect the main characters, actually. So you can have a character that's like Amy, that's obsessed with Sonic, that chases after Sonic. The only thing is that you'd be walking on that very thin line of fan fiction, So when it gets into a fan fiction era, your character isn't exactly all that original anymore, because you're kind of stepping into the bounds of you're manipulating a main character's storyline, basically, to make them work in your favor. So how Amy follows Sonic, if you had I don't know, if you had Mary Sue chasing after Sonic, in some way, shape, or form, you would have to have Sonic in the picture more than once. And since Sonic saves almost everyone almost on a daily, that would mean you would have to let's get really geeky with Sonic. That would mean your character would have to be part of Not Whole. Let's go Archie terms. Be part of Not Whole, join the Freedom Fighters, have some sort of ability that isn't overpowered or just ridiculous in general.
The nerd is so strong in you. Make sure make sure you guys like the video. Continue.
Yeah. But you know, there's a lot of things you have to do to get to Sonic, and then of course you literally have to change Sonic's mind to be like, oh no, she likes me, better run away. Or if you change his mind to be like, oh, she likes me, I like her too, then your character, it's a fan fiction, it's no longer an original character. So I guess it's just for the most part, to make a fan character is one thing. I mean, if you like it, you like it. I'm not saying, hey, that's a bad idea, but if you're trying to make an original character, at least if you're trying to make an original fan character, at least try to make your fan character open enough to have a history that either doesn't involve the other fan characters or you know, the other original characters, or just make a completely original OC, like to go right back to it. Renegayde and Sora has no relationship to Steve. In fact,
they're not part of their own other universe, to be honest.
Yes, they're part of their own universe that I've been working on designing, actually. To be quite frank, since the very first time I actually drew Renegayde in like this weird arcade on a completely separate website, she's had a history of her own character. She just recently developed her own new character when I started making her into Minecraft. But I didn't make her related to Steve. She has no relation to anybody at all. In fact, she's not even part of that world realistically. Excuse me. So, basically, I would say reluctantly, vainly, that Renegayde is a good OC because she has no binds with anybody, basically. I even had a character called Kane who was part of the Sonic universe, and admittedly, his existence was basically the anti-hero against Knuckles, which as the years went on, I kind of adjusted that more and more. I made him into his own original character, an anthropic Echidna instead of, Kane the Echidna. He always had the last name Shine, actually, which is just Shine. Nothing animal-like. And, he eventually became an original character who exists about 1,000 plus years after Renegayde. Not after Renegayde's death, but after Renegayde, after her story, he is born, basically. Which, if I did make a comic about Renegayde, spoiler, she's not dead 1,000 years later. So, there you go. I just want to talk about the difference between an OC, original character, against a fan character who's just fucking, hey, I'm Sonic's girlfriend. We have 3 children together, and we're happily married.
Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah, well, there you go. Some people make characters like that. Some people is like, oh, well, I have this character who just loves Ray the Squirrel, and he loves grabbing his nuts before winter. Wow, that's disgusting.
That is horrifying.
But just odd shit, But that's basically all I had to say. Do you have anything to say about that? I mean,
I don't think it's just, if you're going to draw a fan character or something like that, and you're going to put it on the internet, you see that on the screen? Don't do that shit. Don't do it. Don't do it. That's what Nightmare's made out of. That is scaring the fuck out of me right now. And or get someone to write down what you imagine in your head. Because sometimes what you think you can do and what your hand does is two different things.
Yeah, I mean, in a much kinder way to put it, yeah, sometimes you don't have the skills that you want to how do I say, draw a character, so you end up photoshopping a Sonic thing and making the spikes a little different, this and that. If you're good at Photoshop, that's fine, but sometimes there's nice artists out there. So, I mean, I'm sure if you ask enough people, even I know a few artists myself who do like free request live streams. I'm not actually talking about myself this time. So if you have a fan character and he's like, hey, I really would like this kind of character, etc., etc., just just ask around. I mean, don't look for the best of the best, but look for just someone who can draw in your desired style. And this is just for the sake of avoiding pay. Some people actually do things for free. Some, I kind of do that. I'm not saying I do it now. I don't do it. Just heads up. No, I don't do that now. But some people do. So, you're going to make an original character, just try to avoid some Mary Sue cliches. Try not to make the main character just overly in love with you. Try not to be fast. It's like, hey, my character's Tonic. He's as fast as Sonic and as strong as Knuckles. Or he protects the Master Emerald alongside Knuckles, and Knuckles envies him because he's much stronger. At the same time, he's Knuckles' long lost brother, but he acts like Sonic's close brother. You don't do that. I will twist your neck. I've seen some weird things. If you make a Naruto character, please don't make him like Naruto's daughter. It just doesn't work.
Oh, another thing I don't like, when someone takes two characters from a particular universe and ship them and make a child and they're that child.
Yeah.
Or make yourself part of the universe. Just yourself, nothing special about you. I'm going to draw myself and put myself in bleach. You are not that relevant, sweetie.
I was going to say, well, that would be like, how do I say? You would just be a human.
That dies. It's like, oh, I'm going to draw my character, I'm going to draw myself into Dragon Ball Z. Episode 1, dies. You'll be Yamcha. Yamcha would laugh at you.
I was going to say, you'd be a human, and Yamcha would walk the floor with you.
And you know what the funny thing is? People always laugh about Krillin being killed. Krillin is actually the strongest human.
Well, yeah, unfortunately. So, yeah, no matter how strong, yeah, he's basically the strongest human being. Everyone else is kind of just depressingly weak.
Now we're getting on to Dragon Ball Z. So, I think this is the point where we're in because we got other stuff to do tonight. We're going to play some Starbound, right?
Yes.
So, yeah. Well, that's what I'm planning to do for my birthday. I'm playing Starbound. So, you can see it on his channel, Bill Cosby Plays, or Renegayde Craft. And make sure you like the video, subscribe to me, because I needed subscribers, and it'll be nice and friendly of you to do so. And I'll see you guys next video. Anything you want to say?
I thought for your birthday you wanted a big booty girl.
Oh, all I want for my birthday is a big booty hoe?
I thought that's what. Yeah, she doesn't want subscribers, guys.
No, fuck you. All right, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.